Let's just dive right into it. Here are the 5 resources that I use to study the Bible. The number 1 resource I use is the Bible. My Bibles of choice that I do my studying in are the ESV Journaling Edition Bible and the King James Version Keyword Study Bible. I simply love the way this ESV Bible is put together. The margins aren't that bad, but the space between the lines is really nice. I can write thoughts on the sides, word definitions and translations in the middle. The Keyword Study Bible comes into play for another translation and a sort of quick reference to a word. The thing I love about this Bible is that on top of the keywords, it actually has the strong concordance number, and actually in the back of the Bible, it has both the Hebrew and Greek meaning of those words. It's really good for quick reference. It's really an amazing Bible. You can actually find it in the ESV version, the King James version, and the NASB version. Side note, everything I'm showing you is actually going to piggyback off each other. Number 2, the Interlinear Bible. I use a 4-volume set from Hendrickson. Now I love using the Interlinear Bible not just because I can actually study it in the original language, but because it actually gives me the synonyms and the transliterations. For instance, a particular verse can say that you are called, but the Greek uses you are named. I then learned that named and called can actually be used different in other parts of scripture, but in some parts of scripture they are actually exactly the same, just interchangeable. Also, it's really not always about finding just a big old keyword. These also help me understand how small words like in and for and but can be used interchangeably and in different ways. Number 3 is my 2-in-1, a concordance and a word study. Don't get the word study confused with the interlinear. The interlinear just helps me get the Greek. The word study actually helps me understand what the word means. This right here is actually my favorite concordance. This right here is the Strong's Concordance. Now the thing about a concordance is really only to help you locate where a specific word is in the Bible and in other places in the Bible, and actually how many times it's been used. Have you ever heard a pastor say that such and such word was used 18 times in the New Testament? Now 9 out of 10, they actually looked at a concordance, found the word, and they actually counted it. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they wasn't reading the Bible. But see, they more than likely counted it to see the importance of it. And then they used the word study to see the difference in it. That is why I actually put a concordance and a word study together. Just because you read it in one spot doesn't mean it's actually going to be used the exact same way in another. Let's take the word flesh. In certain parts of the Bible, flesh is literally just that, the body, flesh. But in other parts of the Bible, it's actually speaking about the carnal nature, the sinful nature of man, man's flesh. And that is why these two are actually really important when it comes down to interpretation and observation. And also, if you want to learn a little bit more about interpreting and observation and learning the difference of them, I got a video I made right here with 5 key steps that you can use to start studying the Bible. Okay, really quick. The word study I use is a 4-volume set, but I mainly only use 2 of them. They are the Brown, Driver, Briggs, Hebrew and English Lexicon, and the Thayer's Greek English Lexicon. Alright, so number 4, Bible Dictionaries. Now these are where the really extended extra biblical resources come into play. I use the Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary. I use it to understand lands, customs, history, archaeology, put the setting into context, and just random side things that actually bring scripture together. Honestly, this one is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a dictionary. Number 5, the one you must be really cautious with, commentaries. Now I have a number of commentaries. Romans by Donald Gray Barnhouse, Systematic Theology by Charles Hodge, Bible Knowledge Commentary, Matthew Henry's, the IVP Biblical Background Commentary, the Reformation Study Bible, ESV Archaeology Study Bible, and so on and so on. But they're never my first source because they are written by fallible writers. Yet, they're really helpful, and they actually do require a lot of humility and a heart willing to be taught by godly men that are actually more wise than you. Yet, still weighed up next to scripture. Alright, so I do use other things, but these are my main go-tos. But if you got some good recommendations, drop it down in the comments so all of us can take a look at them. This is Devon, no other way.